Yeah, we've been together for about 6 years, and a group of us got together, like the percussion player, our life, the bass player Chuck X, and we started in Petersburg rehearsing and having a vibe of having a reggae band. And we met the brothers Ross Mel and Julie Bar and Pee Wee here in Richmond, and we got together about 6 years ago to form Awareness.
Why was the name Awareness Art Ensemble chosen, and what does that mean?
Well, I guess basically we're all artists, and that's our thing, art. And the purpose of art for us is to make people aware, to enlighten their consciousness, and to use it as a tool for betterment of mankind. So hence the name Awareness Art, because we encompass all forms of the art in what we do: visual, musical, dance, and everything.
Why do you feel that people like the band so much? Because you always pack rooms. I mean, when I come in, I can hardly breathe.
Yeah, well,
when I come to see you play.
Reggae music is growing in popularity all over the world. It's the music that once you hear it, it grabs your soul, it captivates your spirit, and it makes you want to move, and it puts you in an happy vibration. And the musicians that we have are top-notch musicians, so that only adds to it. And I guess that accounts for it.
Besides financial, is there any other purpose? You said artistic. Why the band is in existence?
Financial is not the primary purpose. Like, the primary purpose is because it's in Revelation that singers and players of instruments shall be there in the last days and times when the books are revealed. And this is our mission here, to enlighten black people as to their culture here in America and around the world, as it's all one culture and all one vibe and all one love, which is African culture primarily, is why we're out here. And through reggae music, it's our basis, our weapon to fight against the foes of Babylon.
Why do you feel that blacks need to really know about why is it so important for blacks to know about their culture as opposed to anybody else?
To only know where you're going, you have to know where you've been. You have to know yourself, and you have to know who you are to deal with a world of so many different varieties of people, so many different races. You have to be secure within yourself as a person and as a race of people. And it's imperative that black people, people of color, of African descent, know their African history and know about their cultural roots, which if they die out, then the black man is subject to die out. Maybe not physically, but mentally, which is a much harder death. Is spiritual.
What are your feelings concerning the musical scene in Richmond?
Well, the musical scene in Richmond is very bright. Richmond is in sort of a genesis period as far as the arts is concerned, and music is at the forefront. And Awareness Art is like a pioneer in the reggae phase of the music here in Richmond. It's growing, and since we've been playing, the music has continued to develop, and there are other bands and other acts, trying to play and playing reggae music on a consistent basis. We even have a place in Richmond where we can enjoy reggae music once a week or twice a week. However the vibe feel,
You have a saying, live up your culture, okay? Where did that come from, and what is the meaning behind that?
Well, we have a song called Culture, and when the vibration came to me, it was like in the melody or the hook line, and it's exactly what it said. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Don't be ashamed of identifying with your African roots, because it's who you are. You have to live it up to be able to appreciate it, and that's the only way you can be free, is to live yourself. Live to be true to yourself. That's the only freedom we have, and we must not let the culture die.
Have you always been culturally aware? Was there ever a point in your life where you weren't so culturally involved?
Not always. I didn't grow up as a youth in an African environment, and my parents weren't into Africanness, because that's the era that our foreparents were trying to get away from that, because the stigma of slavery is all connected with that. And as a youth, I didn't grow up into the culture, but in becoming a man and in growing up and venturing out into the world and seeing reality for what it is, and feeling the feeling that I have within me to identify with my cultural self, it was only imminent that I developed into an African here in America, because that's what I am.
What made you decide to become a musician, reggae musician?
Well, it's just a calling. I'm an artist, and I try to deal with all facets of the art. And I had a vibe where, I'm a pretty good songwriter, I think, and if I could hook up with the proper musicians, and something can come of it. And it's just my love for music that puts me out here. It's nothing that I went to school for or anything. It's just a love of the arts.
What made you decide? What made the band? Why did the band decide to participate in Anti-Apartheid Day today?
Well, we were asked to perform, number one, and that's our vibration, because each and every member is out here for the redemption of the African continent. And the only way we can redeem the African continent is by first freeing it and then building it up to something stable that we can be proud of. And that's one of our primary objectives, is to get black people and people of the world to be conscious of the conditions of Africa and to do something about it.
Okay, in what way do you feel that the South African situation affects Richmond or Richmonders?
It affects Richmond as it affects the whole world. It's the stigma of slavery still existing in the 20th century, getting ready to move into the 21st century. In any civilized society, we should be, voicing outcries at such atrocities, because, like I said, we're getting ready to move into the 21st century, and slavery is outdated as far as black people is concerned. We're tired of being slaves, and South Africa is the last vestige of human bondage in the world. And when the black man in South Africa realizes his true birthright and is free, then black people all over the world will gain the respect that is due to them.
Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Yes, vibration of peace and love would carry us through any adversity that we may come upon. No matter what, don't let the love